Hi, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to turn 7 of our During Action report of Another Road to Wiltz. For those of you that have been watching previous episodes, if you remember at the end of turn 6, which was last turn, the American forces were holding back the only current German thrust, which is straight down the centre of the map, heading from east to west towards the town of Wiltz. The bazooka team and the anti-aircraft gun have done a good job of so far blunting the armoured thrust, but one thing that I missed during turn 6, so before we move on to turn 7, we'll have a quick look at a couple of events that is worth drawing your attention to. Firstly, right at the start of last turn, and I missed this one, if you notice there's a minefield here. I'll just run it, it happens very quickly. There you go. So something, it looks like some sort of perhaps half-track or some armoured vehicle, appears to have set off or detonated one of the mines on the main road into Wiltz. And then if I forward it a few more minutes, you'll see from the right, very briefly there, a heavy armour or a tank icon, here it is, appears and makes its way up this hill that we're viewing from, back towards towards the town of Wiltz. So far we've only had half tracks and infantry, but it looks like we've got armour now coming in the form of tanks as well. So I'll zoom back out and we'll have a better look. So there's the armour here. So far it's just a sound contact. So we'll finish that turn and have a look at turn 7 together. Now, as I said, the only thrust so far from the Germans is straight down the centre. I don't really have a lot of orders to either give or to change from last turn. The forward observer team is calling in artillery at the crossroads that we've just viewed where the mine was detonated, and the bazooka team and the anti-aircraft gun still set to target armour only arcs, are so far doing a good job of holding off this initial thrust. So the only visible unit we have, all the others are sound contacts, is an infantry unit just here, which has been identified, spotted by 2nd Squad and the light machine gun team. So as I say, there's not really a lot for me to do in the form of orders, so I think we'll just run turn 7, watch it together and see what happens. Let's zoom in a bit more towards the action. Oh, now up here, sound contact, that's off to the north, and that is heavy armour again, a tank of some sort, and also from the southeast, which is where this tank contact came from as well. It's all gone a bit quiet for the moment. We don't have any positive IDs on any units, so there's no firing taking place. And we'll stop it just before they're done, as usual. So, we have armour for the first time coming down this road here, which is the northern route from the way we're looking. We're looking east, and from the southeast, another armour sound contact coming to join his friends here in the central thrust by the looks of it. Now, who can see or who has heard this armour contact? Now this is, let's get back to the HQ. This is Crazy Ed. It's his team, which is Die Hard's Group 2. Possibly, yes, it is. His forward observer. He's picked up the sound contact of something coming down this road here. Now, we also have a TRP here and a minefield. So hopefully we can cause the Germans some grief in this area, because the forward observer has now got the right, if he wishes, to call in artillery, because he has the sound contact. And I think we will go ahead and do that, because we have got a spare artillery battery. This guy here, the other forward observer, called in just one battery, which is due to arrive in a couple of minutes. So at the beginning of turn 8, next turn, we will get this forward observer in Die Hard's Group 2 to call in a similar barrage in this area to potentially give the Germans something to think about. So let's have a quick recap of what happened in this turn. As I say, not much. Let's have a look from the Germans' point of view. Who have we got here? Infantry squad, possibly. Doesn't appear to be carrying a radio, so I don't think it's an HQ unit. The icon isn't directly above the only soldier that we can see, and for those of you that are familiar with combat mission, the icon is at the centre of the mass of the unit, so there's going to have to be at least one more infantryman somewhere in the area. Let's have a look, see what happens. Let's take off the icons for you. And see if this guy survives. He's taking some fire, hitting the trees. He's not firing back. And now he's gone. Okay. So, I think that's pretty much it for the turn. Not a lot of action, but we do have sound contacts, new sound contacts, and it looks like the Germans are going to exploit another avenue of approach from the north/northeast. Quickly forward it to the end of the turn, just so we can see where the icons end up. Anywhere else to worry about? No, that's it. So we didn't receive any casualties, I don't think. I didn't notice. Quick look. They flash if they receive a casualty. No. So our bazooka team still holding their own. The anti-aircraft gun is the same, and next turn we'll get this second forward observer to call in some artillery on this German avenue of approach here. So that's it for turn 7. We'll move on to turn 8. Thanks for watching.